Can you explain the process of moving to Korea, like visa and apartments and such? Did you reunite with your ex? Please do not ask me any more questions on this because I was actually able to work with a K-pop idol. What the hell? Is this a trick question? Go in the corner right now and put your hands up. Hello, friend. I pray to God that I put a bomb-ass intro for this video, because if I were to just start the video like this, I would X out of the video because I'm looking a little atrocious. I'm looking a little scary. Yeah, this intro is a little awkward, so I'm just gonna get right into the Q&A. As always, with my get ready with me's, grab a snack, grab a drink, lie down, relax, and enjoy the video. The first question that we have is, why did you decide to move to Korea? How did you gather courage to move to Korea alone? This might sound a little crazy to you guys, but I always wanted to live in Korea from like a very young age. I remember I was in elementary school and I made a whole PowerPoint presentation for my mom and dad listing all the reasons on why I had to move to Korea and why I wanted to study abroad and just live in Korea by myself. But of course at the time they said, "No, what the hell are you talking about?" And in hindsight, I am thankful for that because I didn't realize how different the schooling system was in America versus in Korea. But after I had finished schooling in America, that's when I treated myself to a solo trip to Korea. That experience really solidified in my mind that I feel really happy here as in Korea. I had no idea how or when I was going to do it. That's when the small whisper in my head of, "You're gonna move to Korea," started. But ultimately, I decided to move because my life in America was very stagnant. Like, I graduated college, I was working a bunch of jobs that I didn't want to be working in. I guess in some perspectives, it could seem like I was just trying to run away from my problems, but something deep in my bones was telling me that there was nothing left for me in America and that it was time to do something with my life. It was the feeling of get up and go and do what you need to do in order to move. But in regards to courage, trust me, I was very scared. I like sort of numbed myself out in the whole beginning process of moving to Korea because I was like, oh well, I still have like 8 months. Oh well, I still have like 6 months left. But as time got closer, I started getting very scared about what was my life in Korea going to look like? Was I going to have anybody? Would I be able to make it on my own? In some way, this was my, I don't know if chance is the right word, but it was my time to show my mom and myself that I am a grown human being, I am an adult, and that I could handle bigger life responsibilities. But since the process did take around 8 months, it was like a slow build up to the move. So I guess you could say that courage was being built little by little. Every time I got something completed in regards to like the visa application or me having to quit my job and pack my stuff, those were like the small things that helped me get courage to actually move. Can you explain the process of moving to Korea, like visa and apartments and such? I actually feel like my case is going to be very different than most. I originally thought I was going to move to Korea on an F4 visa, but the F4 visa is technically a visa where someone in your family was a Korean citizen in the past, but they gave up that Korean citizenship in order to become an American citizen or a citizen elsewhere. I thought my mom had given up her Korean citizenship, so I thought I was eligible for the F4 visa, but turns out she didn't give up her Korean citizenship, and turns out I had a Korean citizenship that I did not know about. Anyways, when I found out about this, I think my case was a little confusing too because the workers at the Korean consulate, they had to go back and forth with the actual embassy in Korea trying to figure out what was going on with my citizenship status. So right now I am a Korean citizen, but I submitted an application in order to give up that citizenship. There was no way around for me to keep both my American and Korean citizenship because I passed a certain age limit. So I am going to be a Korean citizen for like a year and a half, and then automatically my citizenship will disappear. Please do not ask me any more questions on this because I'm confused why things are the way it is too. But the worker said that's just how it is, and I said, okay, okay, have a good day. But in regards to apartment hunting, my ex-boyfriend had actually introduced me to the real estate agent that a lot of his friends trusted and knew. I knew during that time I wasn't going to be moving to Korea right away, so I just exchanged contact information and I kept in touch with them. And another funny thing is this place is done in sort of like a lottery system, so you can't pick and choose what unit you want to move in. So if you're on the 18th floor, 16th floor, 12th floor, it's all random. The moment a unit comes out, they will say, hey, a place is coming out. Do you want it, yes or no? And if you say yes, you take it. But if you say no, it's gonna get passed on to the next person right away. So luckily, a month before I actually had to move to Korea, the real estate agent had messaged me saying, there's a spot coming out next month. Do you want it? And I was like, yes, I shall take it. But I was like nervous because there was no way for me to check what unit I was gonna be in or what floor or what the place actually looked like. But I would like to thank God because I actually really enjoy my view and the unit that I live in. It's great. It's wonderful. It all worked out in the end. Lord. What do you do for work now that you are in Korea? If you ask my friends, they would say that I am a freelancer or a content creator. But if you ask my mom, she would say I'm unemployed. So you can take your pick on whatever you want. I actually never thought in my life that I would work as a freelancer because I was so used to working under other people that I just never saw myself just doing my own thing. But working as a quote-unquote freelancer, I was actually able to experience a lot of new jobs. I was actually able to work with a K-pop idol and edit some of his videos, and then I started working with a startup company, their media outreach, and then I'm working on my videos. So I'm just doing a bunch of creative work. Oh my god, am I unemployed? What does living in Korea feel like? Is it different from when you lived in America? What's the part you enjoy the most about living on your own? I would say for the most part, living in Korea feels the same in America, but the one major difference that I felt is that Korea is small. I remember when I was living back in America, I had to drive around everywhere. Like there was no way I was going to get to point A to point B without a car. But in Korea, you can just get on a subway and you can go wherever you want. And it sort of actually feels comforting because people of all ages are taking public transportation. I guess you could say that it feels a little more homey than living in America. But the one thing that I really enjoy about living by myself is that I get to practice my free will to the max. There was this one time recently where I had bought sesame seeds for one of my dishes and I had spilled the sesame seeds all over the floor. It was a sad happening, but fine, so be it. So I get my vacuum cleaner and I vacuum all the sesame seeds and I'm trying to empty the vacuum waste into my garbage can, but I don't know how. I mean, I'm the one who did it, but all the sesame seeds ended up falling onto the floor again. My bathroom floor this time, because my garbage is in my bathroom. And for a moment, I just stared at the sesame seeds and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave them there. In my defense, my vacuum cleaner also died when I tried to re-vacuum the sesame seeds and I was like, I'm not going to wait for my vacuum to charge up so I can vacuum the sesame seeds and then try to throw them out again for a chance for them to spill out again.
What did he say?
So I just left them on the floor for like a couple days. I thought it was a great exercise of free will. If this was my mom's house, I probably would have gotten a beating, but since it's my house and I live alone now, I get to leave sesame seeds on my bathroom floor. This video might seem a bit more slow paced because I am just sitting down and talking with you guys. I'm sorry if this isn't your cup of tea, but I don't know, I just wanted to sit down and chat. I think today we're gonna go for a more pinky look today. I usually go for coral, but today we're going pink. Do you have any regrets about moving to Korea? What did you do that you would change and what would you leave the same? I don't think I have any regrets moving to Korea because this was just such a huge decision in my life, and for me to regret it now would just feel like it was a waste of my 8 to 10 months that I spent preparing for it. But in regards to the whole moving experience, I think it was an experience of a lifetime. I'm getting like war flashbacks to when I first walked in here and it was just so dirty and I had no furniture, no nothing. And now I look around, and for me to call this place my home and my safe place, I feel like even in a matter of 2.5 months, we have come a long way. You guys and I, we have come a long way. It was so bad when I first moved because I literally had no idea what I was doing. But now that the transition period is sort of coming to an end, I feel like I'm sort of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It was so dark before. It was so dark and cold. But I would do it again. Do you have advice for someone who's moving away from their childhood town? If you can only give us one advice in life, what would it be? It's been around 2.5 months since I moved to Korea, and I'm not going to lie, this transition period has been very difficult. My therapist actually told me that when you move to a new country, you have to give yourself 3 months to fully settle in, physically and emotionally. In hindsight, she was very right. I thought when I first moved, I would have everything under control, and I was like, we're gonna cruise through this. We're gonna set up our place, we're gonna get a bank account number, we're gonna get a phone number, we're gonna yeah. But so many bumps came up along the way. There were a lot of times where I felt defeated and I felt that life wasn't going the way that I planned. But this is just all part of the journey. I forgot that me moving here and me learning how to live on my own is a whole journey that shouldn't be rushed. Like when I say give yourself some grace, like
God damn, give yourself some grace.
give yourself the chance to make mistakes. Give yourself the chance to grow. Everyone, you guys better be a little nicer to yourselves today, because why be mean in a world full of mean people? But I know that can actually be hard because, as people say, we are our own worst critics. Do you have a boyfriend or did you guys break up? Did you move to Korea with the possibility that your ex might take you? Did you reunite with your ex? Well, first, no, I do not have a boyfriend right now. But I could see where these questions are coming from because he did play such a big part on my channel. I don't want to sound rude or anything, but I didn't work the way that I did in America just for me to get back with a boy. What degree did you pursue? What was your ultimate dream growing up? I was actually in college for nursing. I did nursing for 3.5 years until my junior year, and then I ended up going on a secret gap semester because I just hated nursing. I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel content with the actual career path of nursing. My mom was actually a nurse in Korea, so she wanted me to sort of go down a similar career path as her. But me being me, I was like, no, I'm gonna do it my way. I am literally my mom's worst nightmare. So back to junior year, I ended up taking a gap semester without telling my mom. I only told a couple friends and my older brother, and I ended up living on campus secretly in my friend's dorm when I wasn't even supposed to be on campus at all. But there was just no way for me to go home without facing the fact that I might have possibly just crushed my mom's heart. But one drunken college night, I ended up calling my mom crying, and I was like, hey girlie, I changed my major. Please don't kill me. Please don't disown me. But I had actually ended up changing my major to journalism and media studies. I guess you could say that the major is fitting for what I'm doing right now. But the funny thing is, my ultimate dream growing up was to be a musician. I was actually initially supposed to go to music school for college, but life had happened and the tuition was too expensive at the time. So I had to go to a state college for something completely different. But that dream of being a musician and wanting to do music is something that I will always hold on to very dearly, because it was the first time in life where I felt super passionate about something. But another advice that I want to say is please chase your dreams, chase your passions, chase it relentlessly, and just see where it goes, because you don't know where it could lead. I am pro chase your dreams. Early bird gets the worm, or does the early worm get eaten by the bird? Go in the corner right now and put your hands up. What the hell? Is this a trick question? Early bird gets the worm. Are there a lot of handsome guys in Korea? Get in the corner. Can I take you out on a date? Can I have your social security number? Who is your celebrity crush?
You are my celebrity crush.
Go in the corner right now and put your hands up. This is the completed makeup look. But the last question is, what is your favorite song at the moment? There have been a couple of songs that I have been into lately, but I feel like my music taste is a little bit all over the place, so pick and choose what you like, add it to your playlist. Tell me what you think.
Nobody fucks me up.
Yes, those have been my favorite songs at the moment. But this was the Q&A portion of the video. I hope there were some things that you guys can take away for those of you who are trying to move to Korea. And I hope that this was a good chance for you guys to get to know me a little bit better as a person. I feel a little shy right now. Ugh. But yeah, I am running late now, so we're gonna quickly change and then we're gonna head out to our hair appointment. Let us go. I'm sort of late, but only 3 minutes late. 오. 안녕하세요. 이진주요.
잠시 앉아 계시면 좋아요.
감사합니다. Why are you waiting outside? Can you hold it? Okay. You can say hi now.
Can we take this way? Damn, I really wanted to. You want steam sauce?
Like grilled?
Yeah, we do want it.
혼자 하시는 거예요?
그리고 여기는 치워줬어. 들어가는 자리가 다 있어서 도와주는 것도 안 돼.
자, 뭐로 할까요?
고민 중이에요. 곱창 아니면 오돌뼈. 오돌뼈요?
고창은 살짝 냄새나기 때문에 그 향을 좋아하는 사람만 먹어.
아, 사장님 뭐 좋아하세요?
이거는 소주 못 먹어.
맥주 드세요?
맥주밖에 못 먹어. 맥주도 조금만 먹으면 취해. 근데 소주를 어떻게 먹어?
네.
저희 미국에서 와서 잘 몰라요.
이렇게 하면 딱 빠지는데 이게 훨씬 맛있어. 벌어진 거는 맛이 없어.
그러니까 몇 번을 지를 시작하고 그냥 이렇게 오버를
The auntie that's working right now, she's working by herself. And I feel so bad because the 포장마차's are full. So right now I'm just gonna go to a convenience store and pick up some warm drinks because I feel like she's gonna be there by herself till late.
Wait, which way is it? Hold this for a second. It was a 2+1 and I got 2 drinks for her. There's a green one. Beautiful. 아, 콩쿠로 샀네? So shy.